The right to speedy trial by jury, witnesses, and counsel is from the Bill of Rights, our Constitution, the Sixth Amendment, was passed by Congress on September 25, 1789, and ratified on December 15, 1791. In all criminal prosecutions, the accused shall enjoy the right to a speedy trial and public trial by an impartial jury of the state and district wherein the crime shall have been committed, which district shall have been previously ascertained by law, and to be informed of the nature and cause of the accusation, to be confronted with the witnesses against him, to have compulsory process for obtaining witnesses in his favor, and to have the assistance of counsel for his defense. I've said this many times before. I'll say it one more time. I love living in the United States of America. This is a great country. Not perfect by any means, but it's a great country. The freedoms that we get here, the freedoms that we have here, other countries wish they had. That's why many people flock to the United States. Regardless of our differences here, we are a land of laws. Now, for the past few years, that's been an ongoing battle to change a lot of the laws to better conform to a new generation, a new movement that we describe as wokeness today. Welcome to the Gen Xer Show. This is Raph. And this might seem like a political video commentary, but it's not. We're playing some good old Battlefield 2042 in the background. Enjoy some of the craziness in that game. And also just looking at an article that I read a while back, I believe it was early November, September, saying that EA and Instagram had banned the name Kyle Rittenhouse from any of their games, from any other post, because it somehow reflects evil and terror, which it's ridiculous. It's nonsense. However, they do have a right to add whatever to their platforms. Say, whether you can have this name, that name, whatever. Just a way of vilifying Kyle because things didn't go one way. So, for those of you that don't know or have been hiding under a rock, or probably too young to hear anyway, back in August of 2020, Kenosha police responded to a 911 call. It was a domestic violence situation where there was a female caller who called or referred to the male half, her boyfriend Blake. That would be Jacob Blake. So he was not allowed on the premise, is what the female caller said, and that he had taken her keys, right? So the laws around the country when it comes to domestic violence pretty much are the same. He was pretty much robbing her of her property. Their boyfriend, girlfriend lived together, probably have kids together, I believe. Officers were informed, dispatcher, that he had a warrant in his name. So when they got there and, they tried to arrest Mr. Blake, he decided to put up a fight. So These officers did not just pull over one day and saw the black male Jacob Blake just hanging out in front of his lawn or nothing. These officers were not going there that day with the mindset of, well, I'm going to shoot this guy. When you look at the video, which is what a lot of people refuse to do, you see when he reaches into the car, and it was after they're telling him stop, and they're giving him verbal commands, when he actually gets shot. During the investigation, later on, immediately I guess after the incident, they found a knife. And from some witnesses and Blake himself said that he had a knife in the vehicle, and that's what he was going for. So, by the way, this caused a bunch of rioting in Wisconsin. So, enter Kyle Rittenhouse, 17-year-old from Illinois, went to Kenosha because he had family there. He had, I believe, his dad lived in the neighborhood. All this was actually shown during, witness statements and videos and other such if you followed the trial. And you can see him assisting, helping, trying to clean graffiti from walls, trying to protect some of the property of people, or I guess friends or families. When you continue to hear this crazy narrative that the media kept pushing, calling him a white supremacist, calling him this, calling him that, and then a jury of his peers find him not guilty, which, by the way, that was pretty brave of them, because they were threatened, but they stuck by the law. They stuck with presented. As a former police officer, I've seen cases get dropped for a lot less, and a lot of times we know the person's guilty. Say, for example, I witness a person breaking into a car, removing items from car. I have it on camera. I arrest them. I take them to jail. I sign warrants. We go to court. Charges are dropped. They are dropped down to criminal trespass, which is a much lesser charge. So they walk. They do it all over again. But that's not the case here. The case here was simple. He stood his ground. As a matter of fact, he ran from these guys. You don't have to believe me. Look it up yourself. He shot 3 knuckleheads. Let's just call them 3 idiots, 3 dummies who were there that night because they were quote unquote protesting the shooting of an unarmed black male by the racist police. By the way, they were all white. Everybody involved in this incident was white. So I don't know why Kyle was called a white supremacist, which, by the way, even our president called him that. Well, at the time he wasn't our president, but you guys know. Like I said, Google it. I'm not going to mention their names, but I will say the 3 knuckleheads, all 3 of them had criminal history. All right, they weren't there to protest. They were there to do damage and use this as an excuse to continue to commit crimes. That's all they were doing. You watching the video, they got drone videos of Kyle running away from them. There are pictures of Kyle being hit in the head with a skateboard. There's even, made it so awesome, was that the star witness that the district attorney, who should be ashamed, put up on the stand, made the case pretty much for the jury. He made the case. When the defense asked him, or I don't know, defense or DA asked him, at what point did Kyle shoot you? And he said, when I pointed my gun at him. Bingo! So the case pretty much for self-defense was made right there and then. The star witness for the prosecution turned out to be a big dummy when he got up on stage. And now he's trying to recant. But dude, if you try to change your story now, that's called perjury. That means you lied in court. But we all know you didn't. You actually told the truth. You're just a dummy. But whatever. I'm glad for this young man from the very beginning. I have a 16-year-old. I'm in Georgia. Luckily, we didn't have much of this go on here. But if my son decided to go, say Alabama, Florida, or South Carolina to go help out community, I would not have an issue with that. However, if I knew that there were riots and issues like that went on 2020 for some reason the whole year, that probably would change real quick. I would not allow him to go. But I digress. I'm not his parents. He was there to help. Okay. Now, the issue at hand at this moment that we have is that the jury made their decision. Kyle was found not guilty on 5 charges. The DA, by the way, that dummy, I don't know if you guys remember, but he picked up a rifle and pointed the rifle in court at the jury. Again, I'm not going to show you that because I'll probably get demonetized or get a strike against my channel because, YouTube calls that violence or whatever. I may have somebody come out here and say fact checker, blah, blah, blah. You can fact check everything you want. Look at the evidence. Look at the courtroom. Look at what happened. There were big cases before this one that a lot of people didn't agree with. You got OJ, you got Casey Anthony down there in Florida, which we all know she killed her daughter. Well, we all assume she killed her daughter. Prosecution couldn't prove that. She walks. OJ killed his ex-wife. Walks. Can't prove it. Therefore, they're free. This is the law. One of the things that one thing that I remember from being involved, in law enforcement, was that they said that the law is blind, right? And the law being blind, we miss stuff. So to present cases sometimes, is up to the jury of your peers, just like the law says. But if you look at the big statue, I believe it's in the Supreme Court, pretty much in every courthouse you'll see it, but you'll see the statue of a woman with her eyes bound and holding a balance in her hand. So that says a lot, in case you didn't know. Again, don't take my word for it. You guys do your own research. I think this is our system right now. And one saying you hear a lot, I'd rather be tried by 12 than carried by 6, meaning 6 people carrying my coffin to the grave. I know people said, but he killed 3 people. Yeah, they were attacking him over and over again, so he defended himself. He actually tried to de-escalate the situation by going away from there. He ran away. After he shot these guys, he turned around and saw the police, went to get the police. They didn't pay no mind to him. Look over the issues, or look over what was presented. Don't listen to the commentators. You listen to commentators. They're good at changing people's mind. That's what the mainstream media does today. But let's just go ahead and, to each their own, right? I hope I'm never in a situation like that. I hope my son or any family member situation like that. But if we were, that's what we have a law, we have a system to protect us, or there's a process, right? So, but EA, I'm enjoying Battlefield 2042. You get a lot of hate. So I don't know if you jumped on the bandwagon thinking this would help you some more. I don't know. I don't know what your marketing plan is. It probably has something to do with Kyle hurting LeBron James' feeling for walking out after he mocks him. And I don't know. I'm assuming right now. I don't have any proof of that. But again, love America. This is a great country. This is why so many people want to come here. And then you hear several people say, I'm leaving the country. But they never do it. Appreciate you taking the time to watch my video. Please like, share, subscribe, comment. You can say whatever you want. The comments, you can hit like, dislike. You're free to do that. I like constructive criticism. Appreciate you guys. Later.